All right, good day, everyone. All right, just getting logged in on YouTube, so bear with me. You might have a bit of feedback here. 2 seconds. All right, there we go. Feedback for just a second. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see. I am at my mom's house. Happy pre-4th of July. I'll be going live just a second. I'm going to share the live stream out on Twitter as well. So bear with me while I do that. Everything is just a little bit slower while I am here at my mom's. All right. All right. Boom. All right. That's an extra page I don't need open. That's an extra page I don't need open. All right. Sorry, the internet is not as fast. Okay. And that is open. All righty. Let me get the chat going. Pull this screen over here. And we should be good to go. We've got the 5 cousins here. All hang out. It is a good day. Just been busy feeding them. Feeding the kiddos. Getting everything ready. All right. So good day, good day. All right, I can shut this. Don't need that open. Don't need that open. And let me paste this here. Okay, don't need that open. So that I have, okay. Hold on 2 more seconds. One more thing. Since I'm not at home, I have to get the 2-factor authentication. So we are almost ready to rock and roll. Bear with me 2 more seconds. Takes a little bit longer to get everything up and running here because... Good day, Lorenzo! Where are you tuning in from? The travel setup is always a little more difficult. Oh, I should... See, I forgot to put trust this device yesterday. That's why. Okay, this is good. This is good. Let me get over to the screen over here, see what I'm looking at, so that I know what you guys are going to look at in just a second. Okay, let's pull this over here. Beautiful. Okay. Actually, I can pull this back over here. Uh-oh, is it not going to let me move it? Close. All right. Oh my goodness, this is frustrating. Okay. Oh, that's why maybe. I think there's a delay. Yeah. Hold on, bear with me. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to maybe switch it if I do this. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. So let's do this, like this, like this. All right, lots of alerts on Reddit yesterday. Boom. All right, I think we have everything set, ready to rock and roll. So if you guys do not know, and if you are new to my live streams, welcome. First off, hit the like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and okay, so put in the chat what you would like to see on the, oh, very cool. I grew up in the district. So you're not far away, Lorenzo. All right. So we will check out what is moving today. Any stocks, if you have any stocks that you would like to check out, put it in the chat. We will talk about it as well. First off, I like to start off with doing the limits. Why? Well, the limits limit down for halts of the market. So I got into this habit of March of 2020. It's been that long. It's crazy how habits just stick, right? But I am now a creature of this habit of doing the limits. So a happy 4th for all of those in the States and any Americans abroad. All right, so there are the limits for the day. If, God forbid, we were to go down with a massive crash, right? This is 7% down, 13%, and 20%. I just did it on a spreadsheet. You could easily do that if you are trading a stock, a low float volatile stock. You could tell as the price is moving what the stop or halt price would be. So let me put this over here, save that. Those are limits and 7.3. Okay, then I also look at the fear and greed for the day. Today is 50. Might be a sideways day to start off. Fear and greed tend to be a inverse indicator of the market. So with fear and greed right now, I think it's not going to go anywhere quickly. Typically, the last week before a holiday, it tends to be more bullish. Why? A lot of the shorts, a lot of the big guys are out of their office and they're not trading, right? So we had the job cuts right here, 19% gain, it looks like, year over year, as opposed to a loss. So that looks like that's a positive. We have ADP farm employment change, 150. That's a little lower. That might affect our numbers here. Then we have unemployment claims coming out at 8:30 in 5 minutes. We have final services, ISM, factory orders. Oh, Christine Lagarde from Europe. We don't really care too much about that. Oil inventories and natural gas, 2 together because the holiday is tomorrow, and FOMC minute meetings. So FOMC that happened 3 weeks ago, many times you'll see that it will be the same reaction to the market. No guarantee though. So let's go back in time as well. Let's put 4x 7.3. All right, and so we go and we say, all right, so today is the 3rd of July. Let's go to the calendar. Boom, 3rd of July. 1, 2, 3, 12th of July, I think, of June, sorry. We had FOMC, federal funds rate. So then we can come over here. 12th of June, I mean. So we look, 12th of June, massive up day. Potential for today to be a massive up day. It tends to repeat itself because they release the minutes at 2 o'clock and then the reactions come in. So sometimes you'll see, okay, what did the day look like on the 12th, right? So let's go here and let's see how the day played out. For the 12th of June, where's my pop-up? There we go. Let's go back 1 month, 12th of June, boom. It will go back in time for us. And we can play out to see how the 12th of June happened. Okay, it went down a little bit, and then at open, we really skyrocketed before open. And then not too much movement, right? After that point, it sort of went sideways for the day. So there's a chance that in 4 minutes, we might see that the SPY skyrockets and then it goes sideways for the day. So if we look at it over here, this is a 24-hour chart. If we look at it for the day, right, here is the 12th. we actually had a little bit of a doji. There was a big gap. So right now we have nothing for the third because put together. Good day, Roger. Yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, it is the buffering with everything that I have running and the internet. It's a little slow. So I do apologize about that. It's the how many people are on the Wi-Fi here at the house. Okay, well, I will make sure to say and articulate everything. So thank you, Roger, for that. I will make sure that I articulate everything clearly for you guys so that we have, first off, is there any, Terry's got it already. All right, Tesla, NVIDIA. I've got to relocate this stuff so I can see everything. Let me pop the chat out. Pop out chat. And you know what I'm going to do? I am going to put this over here. You guys can probably see it as well, which is fine. So don't be shy. I'll put it down here actually so you guys can see it. Better now? Okay, I didn't do anything. So glad to hear that it's better. All right, now it's saying not enough video to maintain. Okay, so anything else that I can close? I can close this. I can close this because it all takes, I just need that to be right here. Beautiful. Okay, hopefully that helped a little bit. I closed a little bit of stuff. All right, and I'm going to move this. You guys actually won't see it. Oop, you won't see it because I'm going to, as we look at stocks, I'm going to do this, this. I'm going to make it smaller like this. Hold on. Okay, bear with me 2 seconds. I'm just going to load something in the background. Boom! You guys get to see me full screen. I'm going to mess around with my file. Load layout. So I'm going to layout. It's going to take a second. No, cancel for changing up. It has a new default layout that I don't like, and that's not what I want. So just making sure that this loads. Hope you all, what are you guys doing for the 4th of July as I get this loading? Quick. Pan W and snow, perfect. Okay, NVIDIA, Tesla. I'll give you both my perspective on it. Just waiting to reload my software for the scanning, which should be coming up shortly. Oh, I think it already came up. I just need to maximize it. All right, maximize, boom, and boom. And, all right, perfect. Sorry, it keeps disappearing on me. I'll show you guys what's going on. It's making me a little frustrated. This is what I want. All right, so I open it up. Actually, I have to maximize it. And then I go like this to make it smaller, and it won't get smaller. Okay, anyway. All right, so we have Tesla. Can I pop this on top? Aha, we can do this. There's more than one way to do this. All right, so now you guys can see it. I can see it. All right, so we'll put Tesla on the long list. Let's clean this up over here. Boom, boom, boom. Let me pop something else up. I don't have the chat anymore. All right, I don't know where the chat went. So bear with me. Well, I'll deal with it after. We'll eliminate this. Okay, so first we'll get this going. So we have Tesla moving up. Internet is moving slow. All right, so Tesla. All right, MasterCard. Meta is up. Silver is up big time. Dell is up big time. We had the semis and oil moving yesterday. Yeah, Dell looks like it's ready to maybe pop up. All right, so then let's look at ones dropping down. We've got NVIDIA, AMD for Roger, Mara. I'd rather look at Coinbase, so let's look at Coinbase and see how Coinbase, it was on the list yesterday. See if it's continuing its motion. Yep, it's testing all the moving averages, testing that 33 exponential. Looks like that one might be a prime for a short today if it can break below these points of control right here. All right, GameStop, coin. Let's check out Reddit this morning. I'm going to put Reddit on as well. I'm in Reddit long term at IPO and then ads. So ready to see what will happen. We'll also check it out. Union Pacific, Microsoft. There's Apple, but Apple doesn't have that much movement so far this morning. Mara, Riot. Okay, DJT. Let's put DJT on. That's a lower float. And likely, yeah, that one looks like it's going to be more volatile as well. DJT. Boom. Okay, I'm going to minimize this. There is our chat. Come on. Dan, lately I have not been doing as much day trading. I love day trading, but my mom's health has not been the best, which is part of the reason why I'm here. And so I'm not doing as much day trading, doing more swing trading, following the big points of control, like these areas here, and seeing like this is one big area. If we were above all of these, I would say, hey, that is pretty much a long. Let's go, because all of the big volume from earnings is below us. Right now we have 2 out of 3 above us, and we're coming down to test this one. Looks like they want to test it again at 27.74 as an example. So I would say, all right, this looks like it's looking like it could potentially come down further. Does that make sense, Tian? Thank you, Roger. Yeah, you gotta just go with it, right? You gotta go with it. All right, so all right, if you are brand new and you don't understand, put it in the chat. I will explain more of what I'm doing every morning. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and get into it because I'm going to be doing some tie-dye with the cousins, right? Okay, so the yellow here is pre-market activity. The blue is post-market activity. I do look at the float as well, right? So less than 50 million is going to be a low float for me. What does that mean? I was just talking to my buddy Mark yesterday and on Monday about this. And it is how many shares, the pie that is available to be traded publicly, right? So if it's lower float, there's a higher chance that it's going to move more quickly, right? Whether people are buying or selling, there's a chance that it's going to move more quickly. All right, so we're looking for the clear space, right? There's these are pivots and camarillas. Clear space above, all right, 3506, that's where that line lies today. Or below, the 70% of the volume this morning has been traded between these 2 lines. So if we go below 32.50, there's a nice 50-cent gap there, then a nice 70-cent gap. So below 32.50 for a potential short trade or potential long trade above 35.06. Best be prepared in both ways. I'm going to take the photos later because it takes a little bit of time to save that memory-wise. So everybody's heard of the GameStop run, Roaring Kitty, and how that happened, right? Well, it was a short squeeze before GameStop had its split. It had about 50 million at that time. Reddit, DJT, these are ones that have less than 50 million, and they will move more quickly when there's more interest in them. So Reddit, let's also go over here, short sale, short volumes, let's go /RDDT, and it's going to show us the short volume. Okay, RDDT. Oh, I forgot the question mark and the T. So you can see, hey, it was 68% short volume right here too, 68% short volume. That was back on April 17th. That was the actual low of here, April 17th. Boom, right? 68%. Look at what happened. Squeeze, boom. 68%. We're up at the new high. If it goes above, let's map it out for today. Is that today? No, let's go all the way to today. There we go. All right, so for today's activity, the most volume has been traded. We follow this little yellow line. This is the path of the big volume. The big volume has been traded now, the most of it at 71.66. So we would have to go below that. We'll say 71.20. It would be a smaller trade down to 70.89. Or we could go above 72.07. And then we've got a nice trade up to 72.79, above 72.79, up to 74.30, 74.95. 75.67, and then maybe up to 76. This is this channel right here, upward channel. So we might find resistance around 76.80 today, depending on what time it gets there, if it even gets there, right? So this is mapping it out for one way or the other. So I would look at, yes, this is within the candlestick here, but the big volume's right here. So we're going, if it goes above, well, that big volume's got power. Maybe it's going to get stuck here where they sold this morning, right? Somebody sold at 73.30. If it were to go above that, you could also potentially use that as your area to go along above, because that was an area where they'd sold. But maybe they sold there and then they bought down here. Or maybe they sold down here. We'll see what happens to the price action. If we're below that big volume, it's likely going to go down. If we're above that big volume, it was likely buying, and we're going to go up. Or it could be a short squeeze. Does that make sense? All right, so 71.20 and 72.07, because there's a Camarilla right there that says 72.07. You guys might not see it, but I see it. All right, let's go to Coinbase. So Coinbase, all related to Bitcoin. Bitcoin is down a bit right now. We do have, I'm sorry, I have a bit of a sniffle with the air conditioning and stuff here. So you can see we have this trend line that it might come down to the 161 right here. The big volume for the big picture of earnings has been traded right where we're testing it, right here. So 222.03 and 222.71, right? So you could mark those on your chart if you wanted to. And let's go here, right here, 224.50. Point of control is down here at 222, basically, 221.99. My line is down here. So we could go 221.80 right there. This one does tend to have fairly good range of trading throughout the day. So we'd have a potential pop up here, 60 cents, then another 79 cents, or down below here, 221.80, 220.95, dollar to the downside. So we have to wait and see. Is it going to stop right here and bounce and move back up? We don't know. But we get prepared both directions. It's like if you are going on a road trip, you know where you're going to get in, get on the highway, you know where you're going to exit. Do the same thing for a trade. Be prepared, and then it is less thinking. It's just, okay, are we above? Are we below? Is this my trading plan? Yes or no? Okay, cool. So here we can see that there's been a bit of resistance over here on the left with, let's see if I reset this. Boom, that might help you guys too. No, nothing. Okay. 1.61 billion. Alrighty. Okay. So point of control hanging out here, 163.87, price is below. Let's put it here at the round number, 164. Came down, bounced 70% between 163.03 and 163.90. So if we go below 162.80 for AMD or above 164. 162.80, 164. There's a lot of moving averages over here on the left. Let's zoom this in a little bit. So there's a lot of moving averages right here. So it might only come down to 162, then test 161.50, 161, and those points of control on the big picture at 160.29 and 160.79. So you might find that it goes down there. So maybe $2.50 to the downsides for AMD. All right, let's go to NVIDIA. Let's see what's going on here. 23.6 billion. Still coming down below the moving averages. Maybe it's going to come and test here again. Many times that second test, you can see it's testing a support area over here. All right, so let's go right here. 122.02, because that's where it is. Normally I would use the round number, but we've got 122.02 is that Camarilla. Bulk of the volume between 121.31 and 121.97. So we would have to go below 121.31. Let's see, 121.20. Then we have a nice big gap down to 120.26. All right, so for NVIDIA, 121.20 below that or above 122.02. Looks like an easier trade to the downside today, less resistance to the downside. All right, let's go to our potential longs here. I'm sorry, I don't see the chat. Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. Good. All right. So Dell. All right, Dell is testing a former line that I'd had there. All right, so let's look at Dell. We have our point of control at 144.51. Bulk of the volume between 144.28 and 146.93. I would say it has to go up above 147.20 for a potential long trade. And then you've got a nice space up to 149.60 if it goes above that, so $2.40. Or if it goes below, we got a lot of little traffic here. Below 143.80 would be where I would say if it tests and then second time around goes below, potentially nice trade down there, 66 cents. So Dell, potential short below 143. Oops. I think I hit the number lock. 143.80 or above, potential long trade above 147.20, 276 million in the float. Okay, beautiful. Silver. So silver futures are obviously moving up today. We could also look at that here. Right here, silver futures are up 4% today. So the silver trust shares, or AGQ, is another one that is twice as fast, are up, but not as much as the futures. 409, this is only up 319. So maybe this will have a bit of a short squeeze. You could see this has tested 27.90. I would put it that round number, 28 right here. Bulk of the volume between 27.17 and 27.77. Point of control at 27.55. So for the short, we got to move this down. I'd say if we did 27.40, you've got 22 cents there. Otherwise, we got to go all the way down below 26 80, but there's not even really a really good short trade until you get really below 26.50. It would have to, because there's all these stops along the way where you could get stopped out. So it's really got to go really pretty far down for it to be a good, easy short trade. So really the long trade is better if it goes there, right? Let the chart tell you. The one thing you are in control of is your trade. You're not in control of the market, right? Silver, I don't know how many are in the float. Let's look at Meta today. If you guys have questions along the way, make sure to ask, and I will answer them. Alrighty, so Meta, bulk of the volume today between 511.50 and 513.45. Point of control is at 512.52. Price action is below right now. So it is weaker in my opinion. So I put it here 509.50 as potential for a short. If it goes below that, potential to short it. And if it goes above, let's see, where is my, if it goes above 513.60, stop up to 15.58. All right, so there we go, and 509.50 and 513.60. All right. $219. And Deanne, too, in regards to your question, like when I'm traveling and I'm doing stuff with the family, I don't want my mind to be preoccupied. So I will wait for sure. All right, so MasterCard, high volume. There's no ADF that's on there, but they definitely trade it, if that makes sense. So they are definitely in on the price action. It's just you don't see it as easily. But you could use the tools here on TrendSpider or the tools on TradingView to be able to see the big volume. And even without block trades, you'd be able to say, hey, I see this path, right? I see what's going on. So since we have a big volume that's been traded and it's up here, right? The price is right here, 446.40. We'd have to go above 446.50. Let's do 446.80 right here because it had a big volume trade. It might have been some from close, right? But other than this one spike right here, which they might be trying to suck buyers in with a big gap and then tank it, we're going to make sure that we stay on the right side of why isn't this showing up over here? Hello. All right, let me just delete that line and I will add a new line. Okay, so bulk of the volume, you can see below 442.80 right here. So $4 wide. $446.80. 829 million. Okay. Tesla popping finally above all the big volume. I'm having regret of not getting in, but look at this. This is, I'm going to expand this. This is a bigger picture, right? It came up, comes down to the midline bounce, bounce around, test, bounce, down, down, down. Okay, look, maybe we are going to stop right here today. Maybe this is going to reverse and come back down to the moving averages because it has had that big major short squeeze up just before 4th of July, like fireworks. It always tends to be an up week. I've found doing this now since 2015. that actually, yeah, 2015. 4th of July week tends to be an up week. Now, we could close down the end of the day, but in general, it does tend to squeeze going into the 4th with fireworks. Fireworks price action. Okay, below 232 or above 236. About time, Tesla. Well, get ready. It might reverse here today. Right, Terry? Unless it can break out of that overall bigger downward trend, right? We look at it, bigger downward trend. That's our time, 52. Let's put it on a 3-day chart. This has been going in this downward trend since 21. So is this resistance going to hold today? If not, it could explode. If it does hold this trend, could be coming back down to 92. So just be prepared mentally, right? Doesn't always go all the way down, but we broke out of this megaphone formation as well and coming back down potentially, right? I could throw on that point of control over here. Let's see where the big volume is down below. So let's see if I move it back to this one. Still down below. So maybe it's ready to finally move up. All right. So that's it for, let's do the indexes quick. Let's put this on a 24-hour over here. Pre-market. All right, we got to go above. Point of control. Let's do it at 393.60. Not that much there, actually. 393.80. Boom, up above that or below 393. 393, 393.80. All right, boom, the Russell. All right, Russell is curling up above big volume now, 2,000 stocks in the ETF, so a broader market picture, but still lower market cap value than the top 8 on the Qs. Okay, 202.80 above that, point of control 202.41 or below over here, we could do 202.40. Yeah, 202.40. So potential short, IWM below 202.40 or above 202.80. All right, let's go to the Qs. 100 shares in the ETF, 100 shares, excuse me, 100 stocks in the Qs, mostly tech stocks, although it does have Pepsi, which to me, that's not really a tech, but maybe there's other tech that they use. All right, point of control is at 487.40, bulk of the volume between 486.35 and 487.40. I would go above 487.60 or below, let's see, 486. 486 with a little stop there at 485.74, bigger trade down to 485.20 area if it goes below that. So keep that on watch. Okay, 486, 487.60, and then the SPY. All right, let's go here. Boom, move this up. We are above all of the big volume that we have been trading sideways for a good 3 weeks here. So that is pretty bullish. Remember, we do get those minutes out at 2 o'clock. So get ready for volatility. Options will increase going into 2 o'clock, decrease after 2. The premiums, like an earnings announcement. If we put it here at 40, that's pretty risky. You would have to go to 548.20 for potential short, small trade there. Let's go below 548. Call it even. That better trade opportunity. Below that, down to 547.54 or above 549.50. Okay, 548 for potential short, 549.50 for the SPY. Point of control is at 549.27 right now. All right, let's look at PAN-W for Lorenzo. All right, so PAN-W here, let's pop it up. We have been going sideways for a couple days, so that means there's a bit of consolidation. We need to see it comfortably longer term swing trade go above, I would say above 343, call it 344 here, round number, to move up higher, or below, bigger picture, below 336.80. Yes, yes. Days the New York Stock Exchange closes early. It will come up while I'm doing this in the background. Okay, so Pan W today. Point of control is hanging out at 339.51 down here. The biggest volume is below. So we can go above 341.06 or below, let's bring this up here, 339.20 for the day trade. All right, let's look at snow. Thank you, Roger, for the reminder. We have looks like a doji reversal right here, but it could be a bull doji sandwich, like right here. So let's check out snow. Snow also, I didn't look for you. Snow has 308 million in the float. I just like to look at that to know the speed, right? 141.50 for a smaller trade down to 141.19. Or we have above, I would put it above pivot, 140, let's do above 142.65 here, up to 143. On the, you can see on, this is a rim now that's been set. We might be setting a handle for a next move up here, up to the 161, but it's in a bit of a retracement in my opinion, potentially back down to 138.94 on the bigger picture. So I need it to break out above this high here, 145, might get stuck at the 50 simple at 145.90, or it might come all the way back down to 136.50. All right, so that's it for snow. All right, hours for today. Independence Day, yes. Independence Day, July 3rd, 1 p.m. So it is a shortened trading day. So have an amazing trading day. Don't just have a good day, have a great day. And card pay profits. Seize those profits one trade at a time. And I will see you 2 weeks from Friday. I am traveling this Friday, so we'll likely be missing the market in the morning. Have an amazing 4th of July for those Americans that are watching. And I will see you all on Monday for my regular members. Have a great one. Thanks for now. Bye.